Now, this has got to be, by far, the stupidest country on the face of the earth. I'm going to play you a video clip here, real short. It's something that the President of the United States posted. Now, this isn't, by any stretch, the dumbest thing he has ever posted, the worst thing he has ever posted. I mean, he does this kind of crap all the time, but it just, struck me when I saw it. And I'm like, good God, this is really the country we live in. The people of this country actually looked at this buffoon and said, yeah, let's make that guy president of the United States. Anyway, here's what the president posted.
Anyone who stands up to the president, anyone who criticizes the president, anyone who says anything adverse to the president's interests gets the full weight of the federal government brought down.
That is a doctored video of United States Senator from California, Adam Schiff, who the president, because he has never mentally matured past maybe like the third friggin' grade, refers to Schiff as Shifty Adam Schiff, other things, but relevant to this video here, he calls him Pencil Neck. And so he thought it would be funny to have one of his staffers, or maybe he just found this video on the internet and posted it up. But take this video of Adam Schiff's neck being elongated and then put that out to his cult, who he knows correctly eat this shit up. They think this is hilarious. This is why many of them voted for him. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that this has got to be the stupidest country on the face of the earth, because they voted for this man to be president. This country elected him to be president, the most powerful position in the world. And let me save you all some time and effort here. I don't need the comments to remind me that not everybody voted for Donald Trump, because I always get those when I say that this country elected him or Trump got elected. People always like angrily tell me, I didn't vote for Donald Trump. Not all of us voted for Donald Trump. I know that. I didn't vote for Donald Trump. But this is a democracy, and elections are how we as a country collectively make decisions. And so this country decided through our electoral process to make that man president. Obviously, not everyone in this country is a blithering idiot like the people who voted for Donald Trump, or the people who couldn't bother to be voted, to get up and vote at all. And the other thing, let me also say this, because I can anticipate these comments as well. I don't need you to say, he didn't win the election. That election was rigged. Elon Musk rigged the election for Trump. I understand the concerns. I share many of the concerns. There are a lot of questions I have about that election. But you know what? Take it up with Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, who did nothing to challenge or even question the results. See, that's how it's supposed to work. So nobody did anything. So here we are. And so we don't have any actual proof in a court of law somewhere. And so I'm not going to put out that it was anything but legitimate, because just so you know, that is a violation of YouTube's policies. And if I even say that, my channel could be penalized in some way, including being taken down altogether. So I'm not going to do that. But this is why I say this country is so freaking stupid. For so many people in this country, politics is just another form of entertainment. I guess they don't think it's serious. I guess they don't think it really matters who the president is, that we're not really in danger, in any potential danger, depending upon who the president is. I guess they think that the president doesn't do anything important. I don't know. But all I know for a fact is that politics is entertainment for a lot of fucking stupid people. And we have all kinds of evidence for this. I mean, just look at, Trump posts this kind of nonsense for a reason. Because his cult loves it. That's why he does it. They think it's funny. And they think, I guess it's the job of the president to fucking-tain them, right? Here's another example of how people think this is all just entertainment. Do you remember during the campaign in that debate where the orange buffoon, that disastrous debate that he had with Kamala Harris, so bad was it that he refused to have any further debates because he just got his ass kicked. And during that debate, remember, he said that they're eating the cats and the dogs. They're eating the pets of the people who live there. Remember all that nonsense? And we thought, that's it. That was such an embarrassment. He got destroyed so badly in that debate, he's going to lose, right? In fact, the polling data in the days and weeks after that debate showed the exact opposite. That friggin' debate helped him. And the only memorable thing, or the most memorable thing, if you go back to the time, the thing that was talked about for days and days and days after the debate was that line, that they're eating the cats and the dogs. And if you spend any time on social media, especially places like TikTok, after that debate, it was full of memes and funny videos of Donald Trump talking about they're eating the cats and dogs. I remember one viral video. It was actually really funny and really well done. They put it into a song of, Donald Trump saying eating the cats and the dogs, and it was really good. But see, you and I, we're smart enough to look at that and be entertained by it, but not think for a second that I might actually vote for that guy because I found this TikTok video to be funny. But a lot of people aren't like you and I. A lot of people in this country are blithering freaking idiots. And they watched that video, and a lot of these videos made Trump seem funny and endearing. And it made people like him. Oh, I want to vote for that guy. I want to vote for the funny eating the cats and dogs guy. I don't want to vote for that woman who's talking about boring policy stuff like making housing affordable and all that kind. That's boring. I want more from the eating the cats and dogs guy. What do I want to listen to over the next 4 years? Do I want to hear policy speeches? No. I want more TikTok videos. This guy's good with the TikTok videos. That's what I want. And I think that's one of the reasons that he did so much better with younger people than we had anticipated. But anyway, what we thought was a disastrous performance with a fucking moron on national TV during a presidential debate repeating some stupid internet rumor that the residents of Springfield, Ohio, I believe it was, were eating people's friggin' pets. We thought, no way is that guy gonna get elected. It actually helped him. You cannot tell me that this is not the stupidest country on the face of the earth. And you see it in other ways. I'm sure you have heard this news. Ron DeSantis in Florida, abolishing all vaccine mandates. So kids who go to school will no longer have to be vaccinated against any one of a number of very serious diseases. Nope. So you send your kids to school with other kids not vaccinated. This is a disaster. Normal, intelligent people like you and I, we don't have to explain why this is a disaster. We know. So I won't insult your intelligence by wasting time explaining why this is so bad. But why did Ron DeSantis decide to do this? Because he knows See, Ron DeSantis right now is not doing the things he's doing as Florida governor because he wants to do a good job as Florida governor. Everything that he does now is calculated to help him win the Republican presidential nomination in 2028. That's what everything he's doing is for. So that's why this vaccine thing. And why? Because he knows that Republicans, especially the primary voting base of the Republican Party, is full of morons. He knows this. Ron DeSantis is not a stupid guy. I believe he went to, was it Yale? And maybe even Harvard Law School? I forget. I'm not up on my Meatball Ron biography, but I think that's correct. He's not a stupid man, but he needs the votes of stupid people. And so he's doing what so many other Republican politicians who are not stupid have to do. Like Ted Cruz, for example. Okay, he's a loathsome, despicable excuse for a human being, but he's not stupid. But he pretends to be stupid because the cult want stupidity. Here's another example. John Kennedy, Senator John Kennedy from Louisiana. Guy's an Oxford-educated man, not a stupid guy. But you hear him talk, you think they just pulled his hillbilly ass out of a swamp somewhere. This man goes out of his way to exaggerate his Louisiana accent, which he probably doesn't even really have when you talk to him in person. But I mean, he just overdoes it, and he says all these stupid little friggin' cliches and crap and he says and does the dumbest shit. This is what they do. So Ron DeSantis, knowing that he needs the votes of stupid Republican primary voters, and he knows what animates them, he knows what they like, he knows that they've all bought into all the conspiracy theories, like, about the COVID vaccine. And of course, because the conspiracy theorists, made everyone in the Republican Party, at least the primary voting nut jobs, distrust the COVID vaccine. They then extrapolated that out to all vaccines, especially since you have like a vaccine skeptic now, this lunatic RFK Jr. as a health secretary. They now distrust all vaccines. And so he knows he could pander to them. He could pander to the Republican primary voters by getting rid of vaccine mandates and talking about my freedom, right? Freedom from the government telling me what vaccines I need to give my kids. So that's what they're doing. And that's what it's all, because he knows these people are freaking stupid. What do you think Alligator Alcatraz was about? And I think that's closed by now, right? I mean, I read an article last week, I reported on it here, that a federal judge ordered it closed down, and it should be completely emptied by now. And what was the point of all of that? That was Meatball Ron's brainchild. That wasn't Trump's idea. That was Meatball Ron's. Why? Because he's sitting down there in Florida trying to think of ways that he could get positive coverage on Fox News. Because if you can get your fat ass on Fox News all the time and shovel bullshit to the Trump cult who watches Fox News, then you're going to be in good position to win the Republican Party nomination. I mean, look at someone like Vivek, however you say his name, Ramaswamy, an absolute freaking nobody, was actually, at a point in time, one of the leading contenders for the Republican nomination for president last year. Why? Because he's a shit poster on social media and he got himself on Fox News a lot. That's why. That's the key. Pandering to the cult on Fox News. That's why he came up with Alligator Alcatraz. I want to jump in on this, treating immigrants like shit issue. I want to ride that a little bit here. What can I do? Oh, well, we can build a facility in the Everglades, and we'll call it Alligator Alcatraz, and we'll go on Fox News and say, if any of these people try to escape, they'll get eaten by alligators, and they deserve it because they're illegal immigrants or illegal aliens or what, They're illegal, which means they're subhuman, so we don't have to care. And we can cheer if they get eaten by alligators because they're not really humans. They're illegals. So that's why he came up with alligator Alcatraz. This is what they all, and this is what the Republican primary is going to be like. And this is what I'm telling you, when the orange cult leader has left the scene and they start positioning themselves to replace him, or even as we get close to the end of the term and MAGA starts to split up, and by the way, you're already seeing this. You know, you saw that press conference yesterday. You got a lot of maggots at war with going after Marjorie Taylor Greene and her cohort going against it, you know, because she's trying to stand up for these victims. And anyway, they're already starting to tear each other apart. But just wait. And the way they're going to campaign for president is two things. They're going to try to come up with the most insane, cruel policies possible, because that's what the cult wants. They love cruelty. If you are, the crueler you are to the right groups of people, the people that they hate, the better you're gonna do with them. And they're also going to attack each other personally, not on the basis of issues, not disagreements over policy, because the cult doesn't give a shit about policy, except policy that's designed to be cruel. Other than that, they don't care. But they have learned from their Orange God King that the key to success in the Republican Party is to personally destroy other people. Go after them personally. Donald Trump, you know, from 2016 on, he never campaigned on issues to win the Republican nomination in 2016. He went after his opponents personally. He tried to destroy them personally. And that's what they all have learned works. And that's what they're going to do. So the Civil War, the MAGA Civil War, is going to be great. I can't wait to watch that. But anyway, this is how stupid our politics are. Our politics, given the fact that this man is president and his cult controls both houses of Congress, this is the kind of policy we get. Policy that is designed to appeal to the dumbest people in the country, the MAGA cult. That's what we get. And to see the president of the United States, day in and day out, post in this kind of garbage, a video of a pencil neck Adam Schiff. I mean, good. Day in and day out, this is the kind of crap we get. Stupidest country on the face of the earth. Hands down. I can't even think of any other country that could give us a run for our money in any way. We are far and away the stupidest country on the face of the earth. God help us. Anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon.